I had to start over because of the music. I apologize. Sorry for the inconvenience. I don't want to turn music on or down because I don't want it to get stuck again. So I'm just going to share this link out and hopefully you guys will be able to rejoin. Crime Time Thursday is a problem. Yeah, I started over. I had to start over. Can't hear anything. Let's see here. Okay. Maybe that was from somebody else before or something. All right. Let me send this out. Get everybody back over, back over. All right, there we go. Here we are. Yes. Hey, hey. Also, if you want to get links for when I go live, all you have to do is download the Remind app. Once you download the Remind app, you will hit join class. It's on the left-hand side in the menu. Once you hit join class, you'll put in the code at FAF alerts and hit submit. You'll be in the class, and then just like a text message, when I go live, a link will come. It'll come a notification if you have your notifications on from the app. You will get a notification just like you would a text message that will contain a link that will say, "Hey, I'm live." So yeah, definitely check that out if you want to get notifications because I know not all the notifications work. That's for sure. So let me delete this link that I put on the page earlier. Let me delete that one off. Oh, not that. That's the actual live. There we go. Move it to trash. All right. So sorry about that, you guys. I had the music off on my end, but it was still playing, and I can't do that. I can't listen to music in the back, especially like non-copyrighted like elevator music. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I mean, maybe some of y'all can, but I cannot. Like that would have drove me crazy the entire live hearing that music. I don't even like sometimes when I grab a clip from somewhere, it'll have music in the background. I don't even like that. And sometimes I have no choice but to use some of those clips, but I don't even like that. Connie was on time, but I was late. I was still a few minutes late actually. I scheduled it for 8:32 and I went live like 8:34, so I was still like 2 minutes late. Um hey, hey Ashley, hey Linda, hey 2 T's, Carrie, Blanca, hey Kelsey, FBI, Melody, and Baby Doll. Hey, Lesha. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Moody. Hey, Lakita. Hey, Billy. Hey, CP. Hey, Marisol. Hey, Glenda. What it do? Hey, News About News. Hey, everybody. All right. So now that we're back in action, if you're on Facebook, make sure you come on over here to YouTube. There's a link on the page. All you have to do is scroll up to the top of 2.0 over on the Book of Faces. You'll click that link and you'll be right over here to YouTube. If you have the app or you're in the chat, in the live chat, welcome to our chat. Um, if you'll hit that X on the top right corner, you can go out and hit the thumbs up, and I greatly appreciate it. Is that guy in number one ODB? I don't know, but let's check it out. At the start of True Crime, we always play a couple rounds of Time Waster. It's on the Smoking Gun website. If you need to waste time when you're not here, you can check it out on your own. There's some cool stuff on there. Definitely check it out. I think they even have like I think it's this website that has like celebrity mug shots and stuff. So you can go through there and see like different celebrities you may know. Hey, Teresa. So definitely check it out. Watch last night's live and the night before. Woo, hey, you guys were on fire. I don't even know if I was. Everybody else was on fire for sure. I was just chilling, relaxing, you know. But I do appreciate everybody having my back for sure. Your customer service voice is top tier. Hey, I did telemarketing. I've done all of it, all of the things. Definitely have worked telemarketing a few times in my life. Well, telemarketing, customer service, that kind of thing. All right, so let's see what we got here. We've got match the arrestee with their alleged weapon, y'all. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Number 2 kind of looks like Kimbo. And there's a hot dog. I remember, I think we played this before. I think we played this one because I remember the damn hot dog. It says May 30th. That must have been the last time we played it. All right, so let me go back and see because I remember the hot dog. That one number 2 does kind of look like Kimbo. Um, I was wanting to do it with the weapon. Let's see. I think we might have done that one too. I remember her face. All right, let's see. Let's go to page 2 and see. But they put them out like every Friday or whatever. Um, instead of just doing the crime, I was wanting to do the weapons because sometimes it's like, what did they use that for? Like sometimes it makes me want to go look up their case. Oh, here we go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We've got a hammer. They must have been part of the Hammer Hider crew. We got a fancy feast, tuna and mackerel feast. We've got a guitar acoustic. We have a weed eater, and we have wipes. So we have to baby wipes. So we have to match the suspect with what crime they used. So y'all tell me what you think. I'll pick at random. Not, I'm not ignoring you if I don't pick yours, but I'll just pick at random and then we'll see what we get. So let me know what you guys think. We done played them all. Valerie, I skip around sometimes. Hazeley P. All right. So what do y'all think? Who was part of what did number 1 do? Let's do that. You think number 1? What do y'all think? The cat food, I'm thinking number 3. I feel like the cat food's number 3, but I could be wrong. Maybe I'm judging. FBI said it too. FBI said, "Yep, 3's the cat food." I agree. So we're gonna do the cat food here. I'm curious. I feel like number 1 may be the Hammer Hider crew because he looks like he got a little bump on his head. He looks like he's got a bump on his head. 4, I'd say the guitar. Okay, we'll do 4 as the guitar. All right, let's do 1 Hammer Hider. Okay, so we got baby wipes and a weed eater. Who do we think had the weed eater? 2 or 4? 2 or 4? Looks like she got the hammer. Tina said, I think cat food for number 3 too. Number 1 hammer, got it. Got it. All right, Mel. Remember you said cat food for number 1 if that's what it is. All right, so who do we think has the weed eater? Number 2 or number 5? 2 or 5 for the weed eater? Let me know. Yeah, I think number 1 for the hammer too. You think 2 hammer. So weed eater or number 2's baby wipes. All right, let's check it out. Baby wipes, and then this guy, look at his face. He's like, I don't know. I can't tell if he's happy or we got 0. We got 0. Well, now to be fair, number 3 was the hammer, you guys. Somebody said that she looked like she got hit in the face with a hammer. You were right. I didn't even notice her lip was busted. And I will say that if it wasn't number 3 for the cat food, I would have picked number 5 next. But number 1 is the guitar. He's the guitar, baby. Number 2, weed eater. So we had a 50-50 chance at that one. Number 3 is the hammer. Number 4 is baby wipes. He looks like somebody that would try to use some baby wipes as a damn weapon. Number 5 is the cat food. Again, he would have been my second choice. But I do remember somebody saying 3 was definitely the hammer. That's funny. All right, so let's do this next one here. Oh, okay. We've done this one. Yeah, no, we haven't done this one. Because I don't remember this guy with the hair. I can't, y'all. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We've got possession of a controlled substance without a prescription. We got Kokiana possession with intent to sell. We have dealing in stolen property. I feel like number 3 is dealing in stolen property with that damn hair. I feel like he stole that shit from somebody. We got theft, and then we've got aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer. So what do we got, guys? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What do y'all think? I'll randomly pick from your answers. Y'all let me know. Let's see here. Yeah, I definitely feel like he stole that hair. Hey, PW. We did bad, right? I'll never look at baby wipes the same again. Which one of these had her hair done by you know who and beat her ass? Is that Lynn? They all look crazy. I love how they do their mugshot photos. Like everybody will have like a band T-shirt, or everybody will have like a cartoon T-shirt, or like in this one, everybody's got braids. I like how they do that. Hair crimes. That's what it is. Number one is Kogiana possession. All right. What else we got? What else? Two. A bat on Leo. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. Number two. I was like, bat on Leo. What does that mean? But I know what it means now. Hey, hey. So Jen said one is aggravated on an officer. Ooh. Number four is number five. Oh, you think number four did the officer? Two, law enforcement. All right. Four is theft. We got four for theft. We're going to say he's dealing in. Okay. So let's do dealing in stolen property and then possession of control. Let's see what we get. 1 out of 5. What do we get? Oh, looky there. That first guess had it. So we got number 1, Kogiana possession. Number 2, theft. Number 3, possession of a controlled substance without a prescription. And somebody said that number 4 was battery on a Leo officer, or on a Leo. So whoever said that, you were right. Number 4. So we got number 4 beat up an officer, which we should have known that. Her smiling in her damn mug shot. And then number 5 is dealing in stolen property. So we got 0 and then we got 1. So we're not doing very good. She does look mean. I think she's like, which one looks mean first of all? Which one? Number 5? She looks, I don't know if mean, but she definitely looks like don't fuck with me. You got, it was that you Mel that got you. I knew somebody said it. Hey, madams. You said number 2 was theft. Yeah. See, and that's why I say I just take them at random. And I always tell people, like, remember which one you said, because some people get them right. I just picked the wrong one. Miss Fee said, I got 2 right. There you go. It just depends on who I pick. Some people get them good, and some, I just think it's fun to play it. But again, that's on the Smoking Gun website under Time Waster. Like I said, they've got like mugshot, celebrity mugshot documents. They've got all kinds of different stuff on there. So yeah, definitely check it out if you got some free time, or, you're bored or whatever. But let's get into a few things. So we've got a few updates on some cases that we have been talking about. Right, FBI 4 is the only one that doesn't look mean, and she's the one who assaulted somebody. Think about that. So we do have some updates in some cases. So the first one, before I do that, if you're on Facebook, please come over to YouTube, because I'm ending Facebook. I love y'all, but I am going to end it here. So if you're on Facebook, please make sure you come over and join us over on YouTube. Bye, Facebook. Oh, there's a few of you over there too. Bye, Facebook. Hopefully you'll come join us. All right. Before I forget to do that, because I will forget, I'll do it right now. All right. So let's do this first update. So we do have now, we found out that if you guys remember the Kimani Lateef case that I covered, where allegedly her father who left her in the abandoned home. If you guys are that, this is a new update from that case. We do have a trial date now. So let's take a listen to this news.
Accused of killing 13-year-old Kimani Lateef is headed to trial. Darnell Jones, who also goes by the name Darnell Ogletree, is facing numerous charges on claims that he abducted, raped, and brutally killed the teen. He has pleaded not guilty, despite court documents stating that he confessed to police. A judge today set a tentative trial date for next April. Meanwhile, new court filings show the extent of the evidence that prosecutors have filed in this case. The documents reference more than 200 pieces of evidence, including videos of various interviews, body camera, and surveillance footage. If convicted, Jones could face the death penalty. Pre-trial hearings are expected to begin in July.
Okay, so we now know that the trial date will start tentatively in, what did she say, February, and then pre-trial will start in July. He is saying, even though he confessed at one point that he is not guilty, but they say that they have over 200 exhibits or 200 pieces of proof with this case they think it's going to be a slam dunk. Obviously, with the confession, which people do make false confessions, with 200 pieces of exhibits and proof and videos, documents, and all of that. I was shocked. I was shocked because when I was covering this case, I even told you guys we may not get to hearing because what happens sometimes, and it could still happen. What happens sometimes is they take a plea, and sometimes they do that because one, it's expensive, for tax dollars and all that. It saves that. Number two, they also do that because having a lengthy trial and having to relive these things can be hard on the families. So when they do the plea deal, that also helps the family in some way as far as closure. They don't have to go through this being, talked about and pictures out and exhibits and all this stuff. So it still could go there if they negotiate during this time between now and trial date. They could, during preliminaries or whatever, they could offer some type of plea and negotiate, and he could take a plea deal. But during covering this, I did not think this would go to trial simply because he did confess and there had a lot of proof. So, exactly, Mel, 200, he's done. Did the CPS workers get charged too? Oh, I did hear something about, I have to look that up. I'll have to bring that to see about the CPS workers because I remember them saying that they were doing an investigation, but as far as I knew, they didn't find anything that they could charge them on. I had to check that out. But yeah, 200 things he's done for sure, in my opinion. But I thought he was done anyway. So that's why I say I was shocked that it's going to trial. But with it going to trial, we are going to get to see the evidence and things that they have brought that they're bringing up. And it is a tragic case, obviously. But I would like to see what kind of proof, what kind of things that they have found. Okay, Sherry, I just started not long ago, like 15 minutes ago. Got that lawyer and changed his tune. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. So let's do this update. So definitely, I can't wait to see what happens, or what happened and what all, because here's the thing is he took her by the mom's house. She never went to her mother's house. Like the best friend of the mom said she never knew a time where Kimani was at her biological mother's home. Never. And so he took her by the mom's home, almost people think to say goodbye, all of these things. So I am so curious what's on their devices, what's on their, who was texting, who was involved. So yeah, so we'll be able to see that trial. Like they said, preliminary start in July, and then the trial date is set for February. Also, there's been an update in the case with Austin Metcalf. With the track meet, this two 17-year-old boys who got into an altercation. The boy stabbed him. One boy stabbed another and said that he was doing it in self-defense. There's been an update on that case, and he was charged. He has been officially charged.
Accused of stabbing and killing another student at a track meet was indicted today for first-degree murder. Carmelo Anthony is accused of killing 17-year-old Austin Metcalf in the stadium stands during the April meet. Anthony was 17 at the time and has been charged as an adult. Fox 4's Amelia Jones has more tonight. Amelia.
Steve, the indictment is the natural next step in any criminal case, and it paves the way for the case to move closer to a potential trial. The Collin County DA's office and Carmelo Anthony's defense attorney released video statements about the indictment. Both shared that they will be ready to present their case in court when the time comes. Tuesday, a Collin County grand jury indicted 18-year-old Carmelo Anthony for first-degree murder. He's accused of stabbing 17-year-old Austin Metcalf at a Frisco ISD track meet earlier this year. Anthony was 17 at the time of the stabbing, and he's being tried as an adult. The Collin County District Attorney's Office released a rare video statement about the indictment.
When something like this happens at a school event, it shakes people to the core. But let's remember that the justice system works best when it moves with steadiness and principle. That's what we're committed to, and that's what this case deserves.
Anthony's defense attorney also put out a video statement reiterating Anthony's claims that he acted in self-defense.
We expect that when the full story is heard, the prosecution will not be able to rule out the reasonable doubt that Carmelo Anthony may have acted in self-defense.
The case has gained national attention and set off a social media firestorm. Much of what's swirling online is misinformation. The full story likely won't come out until a potential trial.
There's certainly a lot more to learn. The indictment really focuses on what we would call the elements of a crime.
Russell Wilson is a former Dallas County prosecutor who's not involved in this case. He says the misinformation could be one reason why both sides chose to record statements on such a procedural matter.
I just think it's a reflection of the serious nature of the case and the heightened public interest.
Austin Metcalf's father, Jeff Metcalf, sent us a statement about the indictment. It says, quote, "I am pleased that we are moving forward. With the first-degree murder indictment, it now goes into the court system. I fully believe that justice will be served for Austin Metcalf. I look forward to the forthcoming trial, but it will never bring back my son." It will be up to the court to set a date for the trial. In the meantime, the defense and prosecution will prepare their cases. The defense will see what information the state has gathered and will do their own investigation.
Certainly, there will be a lot more things happening in between now and then, but certainly when the jury trial does come, the world will be watching.
Anthony is currently monitored on house arrest after his bond was reduced from $1 million to $250,000. If convicted, Anthony could get life in prison.
I'll cut it off. If convicted, Anthony could get life in prison. I didn't realize it cut it off. But yes, he faces life in prison, and he's taking it to trial. Like FBI said, people have said that there is possibly a video. We had even talked about it when this first happened. With teenagers, especially nowadays, social media the way it is, just the fact that every teenager has a phone in their hand. Every adult, everybody who was there had a phone in their back pocket, their hand, their purse, wherever the case may be. So I would not be shocked to, what, you can't hear me? Okay. What do you mean dropped? I don't know. Maybe you're talking to somebody else. He was still alive. Wait, what? Oh, let me see something. So I was saying, yeah, I would not be shocked, if there was a video of the incident that we have not seen yet. But if he takes it to trial, he faces life in prison. Now, I don't know if they've given him a plea, if they've offered a plea, anything like that, but it seems like they're pretty sure that they're going to go to trial with this. And he will be charged. He is being charged as an adult. So it's just such a tragedy. I mean, that the 17-year-old lost his life and another 17-year-old is facing life in prison. It's just a tragedy all the way around. Right. Everything's recorded nowadays. Everything. All right. So let's get into this next one. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet. I'm sure you have. It's definitely went viral. And then I have another update, but I'm going to show you this story. This story just happened, couple days ago, or it just came out days ago. I believe the incident actually happened on, I think it's on here. Let me switch accounts real quick. They did say death penalty is off the, yes, they did say death penalty is off the table, but he's convicted and he's guilty. He does face life in prison. Yes. Yeah, I don't know if the death penalty, if the reasoning behind the death penalty being off of it is because he's a minor but being charged as adult. I don't know how that works, or if there's another reason that's off the table. Of course, we all know that he has said from the beginning, even when it first happened, he told the officers, like, self-defense, I had to defend myself. Like, he has claimed self-defense from the beginning. So, that is what I'm sure the defense is claiming as well. So all of these cases, that's another thing too, is all of these cases that we've, been covering and stuff, some of them will go to trial. Like I said, I didn't think the other one would go at all, but they will go to trial. So we'll be able to watch these cases as they unfold and as they go to trial. I still believe it was self-defense. Yeah, I think a lot more is going to come out. I don't know. The story was this is a bullying. I think both sides had different stories, like or different things, and that's what I am most. One of the things besides the actual video of the incident, that is one of the things that I would like to see, as far as just for my own thing, is if they're claiming it was like a bullying thing, what past history do these boys have? Were they on social media, like going back and forth, or were they going back and forth in text, inbox messages, or whatever the case may be? So I think all of that will come out. I mean, it should. All right. So I don't know if you guys have seen this story or not about the plane passenger that on Southwest. But of course, the internet found who she was, and it didn't take long.
You already passed.
Let go of her hair.
Her hand.
I'm sorry, man.
Y'all see me.
Let
You
go.
know what's going on.
Put her on the
Just
ground.
return it. Yeah, put me on the ground. Put me on the ground. All right. Look at this fat lady. Look at this.
June
Look,
17th.
you can't even see her stomach. It's horrible. Look at her outfit. Look at this fat. Hilarious. You can't even show your mouth because you're embarrassed. See, you're embarrassed. Shut up. Sorry, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I need you guys to exit.
It didn't take long for the internet to figure out who she was. She's actually a New York-based artist named Leah Perry. And it seems like she's deleted a lot of her online social media since all of this has happened. Check out the video.
Stay there.
Don't
Let me
touch
show.
people.
No.
Don't touch
No, this is her. Do not touch her. Look at her. Shut the f***. Don't f*** touch
my
me.
God.
Step back. Let go. Não encosta nela. Tira a mão.
Tira. No.
Let go. Let go. Let go. Let go of her hair.
You cannot do that.
Let go. Let go of her hair. Look at this fat lady.
The woman, I will say that woman that was being done this way by her must have really wanted to fly home. Like, she must have really not wanted to get kicked off that plane, because let me tell you, as grown as I think I am, and as much as I've worked on myself, if somebody put their hands on me, I don't care where I'm at. I may not initiate a fight and I may be the bigger person and walk away or whatever, but if somebody pulled my hair or spit on me, first of all, if you didn't know, in most states, spitting on someone that's assault. That's assault, plain and simple. And I think it is like the highest level of disrespect to spit in someone's face. But as grown as I think I am, or as much work as I think I've done on myself, the way she was pulling her hair, I don't think. That's why I say she must have really not wanted to get kicked off that flight, because I don't think I could have just sat there and let someone pull my hair like that. Like, I don't think I'm that grown. I have not grown that far, because if somebody grabbed my hair like that or spit on me, one or the other, I'm coming out of my seat. I don't care how bad I want to go home. You know, like, that would be hard for me. Now, that would be a hard one, because I mean, she literally had her hands like wrapped around this woman's hair, and she just sat there. Look at that. She just sat there.
Let go. Não encosta nela. Tira a mão.
No.
Let go. Let go of her hair.
You cannot do that.
Let go. Let go of her hair. Look at this fat lady. Look at this fat ass. She can't even look. You can't even see her stomach. It's horrible. Look at her outfit. Look at this fat ass. Hilarious. You can't even show your mouth because you're embarrassed. You can't even see it because you're embarrassed. Shut the f.
Who's the one?
Sorry, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Ugly. He's never gonna lay it again. Okay, I'm sorry, black guy. Okay, I'm sorry, black guy.
Probably, she might be in shock. I mean, it'll be shocking. But look at it. Then she gets put on the floor. Or she lays on the floor. She gets drink. Got it. Sitting on her.
Shut the Shut the Yo, chill the shit, bro.
It's the hospital first. Aggravated assault. She's a New York-based artist.
Look at her. Shut the fuck up. Don't fucking touch me.
And she hit her.
Look at this badass bitch. She can't even look. You can't even see her stomach. It's horrible. Get you off the plane. Yes, safe. Okay. Okay. Are you? Where are you from? Who are you fucking looking for? Where are you from, honey?
Then she tries to whip this lady.
Kansas City, Missouri, motherfucker. Me too. Who is this motherfucker? Who is this one? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's okay. Look at these corny ass motherfuckers.
Look at this shit.
You think you're so cool?
Like, she wasn't stopping because that lady, you saw her in the first clip. I'm assuming it was that had the phone up and was just recording. So they put her in handcuffs. And it's not funny, but it's like, wow, like she was really like off her rocker that day. She was having a really bad day. Literally the lady that was recording, she said something like, I guess that's where they were headed, Missouri or wherever. And the girl was like, yep, that's where I'm going too. And she's just recording her. That girl said, let me slink back. She done pushed herself back. She's handcuffed behind her back. She slides herself down the aisle basically with her feet and then jumps up with handcuffs on and attacks the lady with the phone because she was recording her. Yeah, Hood Billy, I'm like, dang. I mean, she was, I don't know what was wrong. And I'm sure maybe that's why they took her to the hospital to see, like, maybe, I don't know if they would test her for something like that because they usually don't do drug tests for, like, even murder usually. And that doesn't excuse it either. But, like, what? They said she was drunk. But I don't know. You're right, Ladybug. She done slinked back there. I'd have been like, as soon as she started doing that little snaky slink thing, I'd have moved. Like, that woman had to know she was coming for her. Had to have known. 5 what? What are you saying 5 for? She had to know she was coming. But there's no way. I'd have known right away. Like, yep, here she comes. Because she was like arguing with her because obviously she's videoing her. And they did say her name Leah there, so I'm sure that helped people find out who she was. I'm very emotional. Aw. Christine, it can a new new beginnings, you know. Yeah, she doesn't need to drink at all. Like, if that's what it does to you, you don't need to drink at all. All right, so let's do this next one. This is another short video. An update. Okay. Finally, this update is a couple weeks old, but I just haven't had a chance to update you guys on it. But it took, I can't believe it took them this long to make this update. All right, so if you guys remember the NICU nurse in Virginia, 4 babies got hurt. They put her on administrative paid leave. She was gone for a year. She comes back. More babies start getting hurt. So there's some updates in that case I wanted to share with you guys.
To that breaking news we told you about at the top of the show, former NICU nurse Erin Stratman's nursing license has been suspended.
This action coming from the Virginia board.
You heard what they said there, right? They finally, after all these months of her being charged with hurting babies while at work, they have now suspended her license. They didn't revoke it. They suspended it, which means if they suspended it, usually if you suspend your license, that usually means that you have a chance at some point to get your license back, which is wild to me because I would have thought they would have revoked it. But I'm wondering if they are suspending it now and then waiting on a conviction, and then when she gets convicted, they will revoke it. But that's why I say when people are like, "Oh, I'm doing this or I'm going to do this," I'm like, it's definitely a process. I mean, this lady is literally on, she's on house arrest, being charged with hurting all these babies. 5 There was, I think, a total of 9 babies that were hurt. She is up to now being charged for 5 of those babies, I believe. I just can't believe it took them this
Board
long.
of Nursing, but that's just the beginning.
The details provided in the board's report are disturbing. And for that, we want to give you a listen now,
warning.
but be sure to know that you may find it to be difficult to hear. According to the Virginia Board of Nursing report, when Strotman was placed on paid administrative leave in September of 2023, 4 babies in Henrico Doctors Hospital's NICU had already been injured between August and September of that year, resulting in fractured arms, legs, ribs, and bruising on their bodies. The report says Strotman was gone for about a year, and during that time, no NICU babies suffered unexplained injuries at Henrico Doctors Hospital. While she was gone, surveillance cameras were installed in all NICU rooms. The report says when Strotman returned, so did the injuries, including baby E, who suffered fractures to his thigh, and a check of the surveillance video revealed Strotman pulled the 1 pound 5 ounce infant by one leg, used both hands to apply pressure to his legs and abdomen for 7 seconds. It was hard enough, the report says, to move the mattress. Baby F suffered both hands to apply pressure to his legs and abdomen for 7 seconds. It was hard enough, the report says, to move the mattress. Baby F suffered lower right leg and upper left leg fractures and broken ribs. The report says video revealed Strotman using excessive force, placing the infant on a blanket on the floor, crunching baby F's legs to the neck while applying excessive pressure, even shifting all of her weight to one leg and leaning forward to exert more pressure, also smacking him and forcibly flipping him using his left arm. In the G, weighing only 11 ounces, the report says video surveillance shows Strotman using excessive force on the fragile infant's abdomen and legs. Now, just last month, Erin Strotman was interviewed by the Virginia Department of Health Professions, rating her nursing skills at an 8 or 9 out of 10. And even after being shown the surveillance videos, officials say Strotman showed no remorse nor accountability. She's charged with felony malicious wounding and 5 counts of felony child abuse, among other charges.
A major update tonight in the investigation into the alleged abuse of vulnerable babies at Henrico Doctors Hospital.
As CBS 6 was first to report earlier today, the Virginia Department of Health has released.
This is why they are starting to settle with certain families, which I am shocked that 4 families have already settled. This report right here they're talking about, this is why it will be so easy for those families, as it should be, to get compensation. And first of all, they don't know what this is a vulnerable population. If the child is in the NICU, infants are a vulnerable population as it is. And then you take that plus being in the NICU, one baby only weighing 11 ounces. As a nurse, as a NICU nurse, she knows that putting that pressure up the way she did and put his legs up there and smacking a baby. What do you smack a newborn baby for? Like, what has that baby done to you? But as a NICU nurse, she knows that applying pressure like that and putting their feet up there, especially a child that's 11 ounces, she is extremely lucky that these children did not pass away, that she did not break a rib, because she did break some of the baby's ribs. She is lucky that she did not break a rib and it go through the lung and puncture the lung and one of these babies pass away. There are so many instances that these babies could have passed away, and who knows what these broken bones or the damage that she caused is going to look like in the future for these children. It makes me sick. It makes me sick in my stomach. I just, for what reason you want to take out on a baby? You want to take out whatever the hell is sick and twisted inside your brain. Like, I don't know if it's going to come out like she couldn't have children and so she took it out. I don't know. There's some kind of deep-seated hate there. Like, there's something there for you to hate a baby, multiple babies that way.
The result of their probe, which found that the hospital failed to prevent child abuse.
Oh. Tonight, CBS 6 investigative reporter Melissa Hippolyte breaks down the key findings and talks exclusively to the father of a child who was treated by the nurse that has been criminally charged in this case.
Wife nearly died when she unexpectedly gave birth 9 weeks early on October 29th of last year at Henrico Doctors Hospital.
There was a point in time where I thought I lost both her and my daughter.
At first, he had to split his time between his wife, who was recovering, and his daughter, who was in the NICU at the hospital. And he says he implicitly trusted the staff in the NICU.
We thought it was one of the best in the area, if not the state, and thought that there's no safer place for our baby and my wife.
But according to two scathing new reports from the state, the hospital failed to implement actions to prevent abuse or protect patients from abuse and neglect.
This just in, the judge updating the conditions of Erin Strotman's bond. So she's now allowed to be outside on her parents' front and back porch. Previously, she was not allowed to step outside of the home. The former Henrico NICU nurse facing 20 charges for allegedly abusing 9 babies dating back to 2022. In addition, her sister's small children will be allowed to visit her as long as Erin's sister, who is a mandatory reporter, is present.
The status hearing here at
So that news station said her sister's kids is actually her brother's children. So not only they lowered her bond, and they continue to go in and do these bond modifications. If you guys don't remember, the bond modification started with her boyfriend. For whatever reason, her and her boyfriend weren't allowed around each other. So now her and her boyfriend are allowed around each other, but they said the boyfriend wasn't allowed to be at the supervised visits with her niece and nephew, which I want to know what the boyfriend's. I understand that her and the boyfriend had talked about some things through text message. So I'm wondering how far that goes. Like, what is the depth of it? What has the boyfriend done, or how is he involved that he's this involved? Do you know what I mean? Like, 1, why couldn't she see her boyfriend? 2, why can't he be around when she's seeing kids? Like, there's something to that, and I'm wondering what that's going to be. But now she is allowed. Before, she was house arrest, only allowed in the house. She could not go outside. She was not allowed to go on the front porch, back porch, nothing. So now they've bond modification again. She's allowed to go outside. She's allowed to be on the front porch, back porch. And now another bond modification. She's allowed to see her, which I found this interesting. She's allowed to see her brother's kids, a girl and a boy, because her sister-in-law, from what I heard, it was sister-in-law, testified because she is apparently she's a behavioral something. I can't remember, like a psychologist or like something along those lines, and a mandated reporter. So she testified that she would basically supervise them. My thing is if she's on house arrest, and I understand like wanting family around and stuff, but is it that important? Like, I don't know. I just feel like that's, in this case, that is like the least of her worries. Should be that.
The Henrico courthouse lasted 30 minutes. We found out that at the request of Erin Strotman's family, they wanted the judge to modify her bond to allow her to visit with her niece and nephew. Watch what happened next. Only CBS 6 photojournalist Miles Black captured Erin Strotman returning to the Henrico Circuit Court, this time with her parents, brother, and sister-in-law. Strotman stands accused of abusing multiple babies in the neonatal intensive care unit of Henrico Doctors Hospital, where she previously worked. She faces 20 charges, including child abuse and malicious wounding. During a status hearing Wednesday morning, Strotman's sister-in-law testified, saying she's a board-certified behavioral analyst and a mandated reporter to CPS, and asked the judge to allow Erin's niece and nephew to visit their grandparents' home for a supervised visit. As part of her bond, Strotman was not to have any contact with children. The sister-in-law testified that her 2 children are Erin's best friends and missed her aunt, while the defense argued, quote, families need to spend time together. The Commonwealth argued against the motion, saying they were against granting her a bond from the beginning.
Due to the facts underlying these charges, that we have made representations to the court that we did not believe that Ms. Strotman was someone who should be released from confinement at the jail.
Judge Richard Wallerstein agreed with the defense, allowing Strotman to have sight and sound supervisions with her niece and nephew without her boyfriend present and no overnight visitation. The judge also allowed Stratman to leave the inside of her parents' home to spend time on their back deck. Stratman has been out of jail and on bond since February.
So she's been on bond since February. And now, like I said, she's getting all these bond modifications. And then what is weird to me is that she says the niece are her best friends. Huh? Her niece and nephew are her best friends, but she's babies. Like, I just can't wrap my head around it. I just can't. And here's my thing. I think it was Christine said, like, I want to know the psychology behind it. It has to do with maybe something with kids, like I was saying. My thing is had something in your past, or like you had some type of trauma dealing with babies. Don't be a freaking NICU nurse. There is so many areas of nursing. You could literally do a desk job. You could help out of patient care altogether. You could do adults only. Like, you have choices when it comes to nursing. There are so many different things you can do with your nursing degree that I feel like if you had something like trauma related with children, or maybe she became a NICU nurse and then was suffering with infertility, maybe that's the case. I don't know. I think we're going to find out because I'm very curious about it. But for her to say, I'm a mandated reporter and I can supervise, and they need to go to their grandparents' house. The grandparents could leave the house and go visit them at their house. I just don't get it. I understand wanting to be around family and things like that. But if it was me, I would just be like, yeah, until we figure this all out, I don't know. The grandparents could go there. Is how I feel. Like, why are we giving her anything? Why are we giving her anything she asked for? And I get like the whole criminal justice, screw that, because other people, in my opinion, wouldn't be getting all of these special things. They wouldn't be giving a shit if they wanted to go outside on the front porch or go spend time on the back deck with their family. They wouldn't give a shit. But this chick, they want to give a shit? No, I don't agree with that. And again, I get that we have this whole thing and we have rights in America and blah, 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 but not everybody has that. They don't treat everybody the same. So shove that as far as I'm concerned, because I know in my heart of hearts that if it was another person that did, like, not even having to do the same crime, they were not going to make that many they're not going to make that many, like, they're pleasing her. Like the state said, they didn't even want her out on bond. So now not only do you want her out on bond, now you want her to be able to go on her front porch, enjoy the back deck. You want her to see her family. You want her to do this and do. Really? When she should still be in jail. She shouldn't even be out. That's just my opinion. Right, Colette? Like, it's just wild. And I get she's going, like, she's not, you're innocent until proven guilty. But again, that's not how it works. It's guilty until you pay to prove yourself innocent, is how it seems, especially, for a lot of people. So I just think that's some BS. But I have my own, you can tell I have my own issues with the justice system and how unfair it is, because I feel like the way that our justice system works is if you have the money to pay to get a good lawyer, you can get off pretty much with anything. And if you don't have the money, you can get pretty much accused of anything and go behind that jail, even if you're not guilty. And I know a lot of people are guilty, and that's not what I'm saying, but there are people that, it does make a difference. If you've got money to fight it, there's a huge difference there. Just like with family court and all of that stuff. If you got money to fight it, you have an advantage. I don't know. I just don't like it at all. She's in Virginia, Henrico County, Virginia. But yeah, that's my whole deal, though. I could talk for days on the justice system and how screwed up it is. Like, I just can't. All right. So here's our main video for tonight. It is also an update, but I wanted to bring this update because we just talked about this case. If you guys weren't here, we talked about the Frenchman and Duchess. They were a couple who live streamed He went on live to basically air her out. They were in, from what family and everybody says, they were abusive to each other. They were in a DV situation on both ends, is what it sounds like. And he went to air her out. She started mentioning certain things, and she ended up gone, and he ended up taking his own life after it. So her family has come out. If you guys remember, she mentioned a certain someone by the name of Obi or Odie. I think on the live she called him Odie, but his actual nickname was Obi. And when she mentioned this, why don't you tell him about that? He said, you'll die behind that. And she was like, well, I can't give you the tea on that. And then shortly after, that's when everything happened. So his cousin came out, and then two of the Frenchman's brothers came out. So I wanted to give this update because she explains what the real, because a lot of people, if you remember, were saying like, oh, maybe he's on the DL, maybe because he was in prison and things like that. And she was a correctional officer. That's how they met. And then when he got out of prison, they were already married, and they moved in together. So when she said that about Obi or Odie, she called him Odie, which like this cousin says, she thinks she did that on purpose. So the family of Obi wouldn't catch on, I guess. But a lot of people were speculating, thinking that, oh, she must have been outing him for being like on the DL. So this is Obi's cousin. And I did throw a clip in here in case you didn't get to see the story. You'll get to see what happened.
I want to say this to my auntie because I know you're going to be very upset at me. But I had to say something. I know everybody in the family is asking me, let it go, let it go, let it go. And I tried. I really did. I know online y'all know them as Frenchman and Duchess. But to me, I know them as Shamarcus and Zaria.
Tell him about that story. Tell him about, what do you call it? Whatever his name.
Obi. My Obi? What about it?
Tell him that part.
What about it?
Tell him.
You tell him, what about it?
You can try to get I'm gonna put my shoes on first.
What about it?
Yeah, hold on, I'm about to tell y'all the story. Hold on.
Yeah, tell him.
And put my shoes on. Okay, you gonna try to whip up this one. Hold on, let me go there and put my shoe on. Shit, no, you love me. I ain't gonna tell about Odie. Then I gotta die like that. You saw my shit. If I tell what happened, that's crazy, y'all. I ain't really looked out behind this, all y'all won't know that tea right now. Mark done got where he at. He right here. She getting mad. He don't like the truth coming out.
With that being said, I want to clear a few things up about my cousin. Because at the end of the day, it needs to be said. All I keep hearing online is Odie this, Odie this. Let's clear something up. First of all, my cousin's name is not Odie. It's Obi. Let's start there. Secondly, y'all paint this narrative as if it was some type of down low situation going on. And what I want to let y'all know is, first of all, Obi got bitches. I'm going to just say that. He was not a part of the community. This is not no DL situation. I also want to say this because the narrative that's being painted is not right. First of all, my cousin is deceased. So rest in peace to him. But I want y'all to understand a few things about our family. We got some serious steppers over here. And when I say steppers, I'm not talking about the stuff y'all see on the internet where they posting up. No, we got them real gangsters that move in silence. So everybody's sitting here trying to figure out why the Shamarcus do what he did. Well, let me explain to you why. Because there's a couple things y'all need to know. First of all, Shamarcus knew that he wasn't going to make it 24 hours. Let's start. He wasn't going to make it 24 hours. He wasn't. So it was better for him to do what he did to himself before somebody else did something to him. Let's start there. Secondly, everybody's painting this picture as if he pewed Zaria or if he Zaria, and that wasn't the case. What happened is that boy put her, and this wasn't something new. He always put hands and feet on.
See, and in this, she says that he did not use a weapon like a pew against her. Now, you guys know I had showed news stories that said he pew-pewed her. So she is saying that that is not what happened to Zaria. And she says she even went to Zaria's funeral and everything like that. And that's actually like used his hands, basically.
on that girl. Hold her knees and toes on that girl. Let's be honest. This time went a little bit too far. It happens. It went a little bit too far. Rest in peace to both of them. Because it's never right to put your hands on a female. Let's start there. He put hands and feet on this girl so bad that she was unconscious. Now, personally, I feel like she could have made it had she got the medical attention that she needed. But she laid there for an hour and a half before police had even arrived. Make that make sense? If he really cared about her, you know what he would have did? He'd have picked up the phone and called the ambulance. But he didn't. Because he already knew he had fucked up. He had fucked up really bad. Everybody like, well, y'all talking about, she said Odie's name. Basically, who the fuck is Odie? It's Obi. But see, the problem is our family started to pay attention because the situation that happened with Obi was fucked up. And we knew it was some foul play. We been knowing it was some foul play. We just been trying to figure out what players was on the chessboard. You feel me? That's what we was trying to figure out. And my auntie been saying she felt like Shamarcus was on some bullshit. Now let's be real. Shamarcus and Obi been friends for a minute. Best friends. Thick as thieves. Obi go get money, he brings Shamarcus. Shamarcus ain't have to worry about no bread with my cousin was alive. Cause when Obi rode, he brought Shamarcus. If he got paid, he brought Shamarcus and broke him off. But see, the problem is when you out here getting money, because my cousin wasn't no weak dude. When I tell you he was out here getting that bread, he was getting that bread. And it might have not have been legally, but he was getting that bread. And the crazy thing about it is the way he was set up, we kept saying, this got to be an inside situation, because the stuff that these people knew didn't make sense. That situation. He knew this whole motherfucking time that he was a snake-ass dude. He knew this. He knew if it ever came out that he was involved in that situation with my cousin Obi, that he was going to have to give his ass to God. You understand that? Period.
So allegedly her cousin Obi was set up and he was unalived in the process. And they're saying that Shamarcus set him up, even though he knew the family and all of that. And the reason it was kept quiet is because they knew that Obi's family would take revenge. So that's why when she mentioned his name, Shamarcus said, you'll die behind that, because he knew he was about to. So that's what she's saying. Mel, what do you mean he died? So I'm confused. She's saying, Mel, that he did what he did to himself because he knew that they were coming. That's what she's saying. Her cousin's passed away. No, Marky. So Shamarcus isn't her cousin. Obi, her cousin. Obi, the witch is that she mentioned. If you remember, Duchess mentioned Obi and said, tell him about Obi. And he said, you'll die. Shamarcus, which is the guy who unalived her and unalived himself, Frenchman, he said to her, you'll die behind that. And she goes, well, I can't give you that tea, you guys. So this lady is Obi's cousin, which is the one that she threw his name out there. She's saying that Shamarcus set up her cousin and he passed away. And that was the story behind it, that he wasn't on the DL, that it was that. So yeah.
He knew this. So while he was up here pillow talking to Zaria, he ain't realized this whole time you been putting hands and feet on that girl. See, she called the wrong people. What she should have did is call my family and told us the real, but she was so afraid to say something. But she knew if she said something, it was gonna go the way it was gonna go. This boy put hands and feet on this girl for everything she did that he felt or deemed that was unacceptable. My cousin around. Obi didn't play that putting your hands on female, doing. And see, the more I think back, it's starting to make sense. It's starting to make a lot of sense. And my auntie said, don't get on there, Truth. Don't say nothing. So we got our justice. And I told my auntie, I said, no, our motherfuckers need to know the real. They need to know.
So here's the thing. She's saying that she went to the funeral and that Shamarcus only put hands on her, on the girl. And that's what happened. And she felt that the girl could have lived had she got medical help. Georgia, the state of Georgia Bureau of Investigation said that on June 25th, they came out and said that Zaria was physically assaulted prior to being pew-pewed and unalived by her husband, Shamarcus. So yes, he did pew-pew her. That was their update as of June 25th, which we saw him coming around the corner. Like I think he hit her with it, like pistol whipped her with it, and the live cut off. But yes, she was assaulted and then pew-pewed. So I'm not sure if maybe she just doesn't know that information or what, but it's, Georgia Bureau of Investigation says that she was. So I don't see why they would have any reason to put out false statement like that.
How motherfucking snake down dirty Shamarcus was. Now I don't give a fuck about your motherfucking family, your brothers, your cousins, your aunties, because they all can get it.
Yep.
So play with me if you want to. I meant that everything on my cousin's grave, they all can get it. So don't come over here with that bullshit when your motherfucking brother is a snake down dirty ass nigga. He know what he did to my cousin. He know how he set my cousin up.
Yes, all three.
Cause see, the shit that these motherfuckers knew, it was definitely an inside job. And Shamarcus bitch ass was right there the whole motherfucking time playing puppet master. You had the audacity to show up at my cousin's funeral. You knew this shit was gonna come back tenfold. You knew it. And see, what people don't realize about Zaria, everybody talking about she was smiling, she was laughing. That girl would do that. She was nervous. She was scared. Every time he would do that, she automatically knew she had to put her hair up. She knew she had to throw some tennis shoes on so she could try to get up out the door, because this boy always was on that type of timing with her.
And nobody did shit.
I don't give a fuck that she was 6 feet tall. This is a man you fighting against. But see, he knew when she said Obi's name, it was gonna be a problem. Because why you bringing up Obi? What you mean with what happened with Obi? And see, I think she tried to play it off by saying Udi. She tried to play it off because she knew if she would have said Obi, everybody in my family would have been like, ain't no motherfucking Udi, it's Obi. And see, God got a funny way of serving revenge cold, bruh. It was better that he did it to himself. It was better because it was gonna happen regardless. You can't go around and do that type of shit to people.
So, Steph, that was a different time that he talked about. So if you guys missed it, he talked about in his live stream that there was a time where they got into a physical altercation and he allegedly whipped up on her for 3 hours, and she ended up getting away from him. She was in her birthday suit and ended up getting the keys, going out and getting into the car and going to the police station. This man was so crazy that he followed her to the police station. And when she got to the police station, explained what happened or whatever, he ended up leaving the police station, and I think they went and arrested him. But yeah, the brother talks about that too. All right, so let's go here. Because y'all got the point.
So I'm wondering if some of y'all drinking that Florida water. You got to be. Because some of the comments is just outlandish. Or what? I can clearly tell that some of y'all don't have no real steppers in y'all family. I can clearly tell y'all that. Because the video that I made was to basically clear up some of the things that was being said in reference to my cousin. Rest in peace. That was it. I wasn't coming on here to tell y'all exactly how he got set up. For what? What does that do? Like, y'all be asking the weirdest shit ever. How he got unalived. What? That's too much information. And I'm not putting that out here. My auntie clearly told me, be careful with what you say. To clarify and keep it moving, and that's exactly what I did.
Hey, family.
Now, y'all want me to get into detail how he got set up. What was he doing when he got set? What? Came on here for one specific reason. Stop dragging my cousin's name through the dirt. Stop adding shit on him that don't belong on him. That's like you putting a body on somebody that didn't do the body. No. I wanted to make it very clear. But since my cousin's been gone for a good minute, when that girl brought up his name, Zaria, when she brought up his name, it made me just like, what? It made my auntie and everybody else in my family, why you be? That was the point of the video. Because y'all went with the wrong narrative. That's it. How it happened, where it happened, the details and specifics. Look it up if you want to find some information. But I'm not going to tell you everything. It's no point for me to do that. That wasn't the point for me to come on here for. See, what y'all want me to do is to get on here and start talking too much and start snitching on people. And we don't do that, baby. Quit drinking that Florida water. Quit drinking that Florida water. It's got your own. And he never tried, not one time. But sweetheart, check that, okay? Thank you for the picture. I greatly appreciate it. But sweetheart, let me tell you something.
This is the brother part.
His brother should have took the time to stop him from putting hands feet on Zaria. That's what he should have did. And he never tried, not one time. See, they thought this stuff was normal. It's not normal to feed on you every time you do something that they don't like. Not to mention his brother was just laid to rest yesterday. Matter of fact, Zaria was laid to rest yesterday. They had a visitation for her on the 20th, had her homecoming on the 21st, had Marcus's homecoming on the 21st as well. It's crazy they both was deceased or unalived the same day and buried the same day. See, God got a funny way of showing you things. You understand that? And the crazy thing to me is he don't know my boy like that. He don't. He just running his mouth.
That ain't even his real name. Y'all just got them taking that, running with that. Ain't.
Okay, so actually 2 of his brothers came out on the internet. One of the brothers, I didn't add much, but this brother, he was like downplaying the whole thing about the police. He said that both Shamarcus and her exaggerated about it being 3 hours of beating her. And I feel like even if they exaggerated and it was only an hour, if it was 10 minutes, if it was 1 minute, the fact that she was beat so bad that she ran out naked and went to the police station, it was bad enough. The fact that he's downplaying it, I get it's his brother, but if your own brother came on the internet and told everybody that he beat some woman for 3 hours, I'm gonna take his word for it.
That's some personal shit that happened with him.
That was before this incident of her unaliving.
You know.
Yes, Julie.
Hey, get off there for you tell the bitch.
Yes, they had. So she had a child prior to marrying him because, again, she was a CO. He was in prison. They got married, but she had a son, I believe, before she married him. And then they got married and they just had a daughter. Like, I'm pretty sure the daughter is like an infant, right? Or is the daughter, I don't know how old, but they are a toddler. They have a young daughter together. So there's 2 children that lost their mother, and of course he had a daughter. Shamarcus did.
Business and get him jammed up for something, and that was it. Obi, y'all call him Obi, whatever. That ain't his name, but
yeah,
so
Dawn, that's
say,
what it was.
Yeah, it wasn't no gay shit, no nothing like that. You know.
That's probably why she was naked, because the brother tells the story. The reason that went down and he beat her for 3 hours allegedly is he thought somebody was trying to break in his house because she turned the cameras off or something, and he was at work. So he left work, parked the car down the street. He tells the story about what happened. But I want you to realize that when they're talking about this 3-hour beating and her going to the police, this is a separate incident than the one where he went live to out her and then it ended in their both being unalived. So this had already happened and time had passed. They had got back together. So, I mean, that's how domestic violence works. It escalates and it escalates and it escalates until the victim is usually unalived, sadly.
It just went left at the last part. You know, they got in the fight, tussle. He loves her. He loved her. He loved her. Like, love the ground she walk on, they get mad. He loved her. So, they get in a fight, they get in a tussle. Whatever happened, I wasn't there. He called me. He called me last night. He said, bro, call Zai phone. Call Zai.
He knew he killed her.
Call Zai. What's up? What happened? He's like, bro, just call Zai. So I'm calling. I hung up with him. I called her. I called him back, told him she wasn't picking up. I didn't want to tell him what I think he already knew. He was like, bro. He was like, bro, I think I fucked up. I might have fucked up, bro. So I'm like, damn. Because it was bad, it was tragic. So we're not gonna say he just jumped on women, he just beat her. They have a great relationship. Every relationship go through stuff. Every relationship go through things. He don't wake up and just jump, beat her. He don't do that.
Real talk. What he need to be focused on is dealing with the situations he need to deal with when it comes to his family. Okay, it's a baby out here now that don't got a mother and don't got a father. That's what he. But why he posting all of that stuff up and say not nan thing? Make that make sense? Because he already know I ain't the one to play those games with. I ain't. He can say what he want to say. But the real question is why didn't you do something to step in as a brother? You thought it was acceptable for a man to put hands, feet, shoulders, and toes on a woman. That's what you thought. And this crazy thing to me is Daria, she kept going back and forth. She loved her. She should have been left this north. I'm not trying to be funny. When he was locked up and she ended up doing what she did, and I don't know if y'all know the story, but when she ended up sleeping with old boy, had a little boyfriend on the side, whatever. He come home, she didn't know he was coming home. Found her in the bed doing what she do, having a little with old boy. He put hands and feet on that girl for hours. To the point she had to run up out the house naked to get to the police station. Because he done so much and this fool follow her.
You heard him on live. He got into it. He jumped on her. They got in a fight. He jumped on her for, it wasn't no 3 hours. That both of them exaggerated. Both of them exaggerated. It wasn't no 3 hours. Bro got up. He went to work. He get to the job. He say, bro, I think somebody trying to break in at the house. He called me like, bro, I think somebody trying to break in at the house. So like, come on. He was like, man, the front camera going off. The front camera going. So he left work. He doubled back. He left work. He go back to his house that they share, and he went in the house. He parked right down the road. He went in the house. Zai was in there. Zai was in there fucking another guy. Plain and simple. That's why she was naked. He went in the house. His house. He lived with her in his room, his bed. They in there fucking. He lost it. He jumped on both of them. When he fighting with the dude, tussling with the dude, she run out the house, jump in the car. She go to the police station. He get up, chasing her, fuck the dude, left the dude in there, whatever. Chasing her. He drive crazy, mad. He drive right up to the police station. He get there, she's standing outside the car, naked, talking with 2 officers. Shit. Officer telling him to pull over. He was like, nah. He dipped. He came home. Shit. That was it. He left her. It was over with. He stayed at the house. We at the house every day. We chilling. And shit. Zai kept calling. Like, she wanted him back.
Then after he followed her and realized the police know that he to put hands, shoulders, knees, and toes, he take off. And the police got to go after you. What you pull up for, fool? Dumb shit. But as a brother, in the Bible it says, I'm my brother's keeper. So why didn't you do something to keep your brother from making a disaster and a mistake that he just made? You knew your brother was a snake. And never once did you tell him the moves you making in the street gonna mess around and get you done up, bruh.
I'ma say it like this. Damn, bro, sorry to take you serious, my nigga. And shit, I thought it was just a typical.
Temper.
I thought it was just a typical, my nigga. I ain't even gonna cap. I thought it was just a typical. I thought it was just the normal bro and sis, And this real. This real. This the realest I can get. This the realest I can get.
You ain't never tell him that. You ain't never try to do nothing to keep your brother out of jail. You ain't never tell him that. So don't go and get on the internet now crying, tell her how you miss him, how this, and that. Don't do all that. Don't do all that, because when he was here, you wasn't in his life being beneficial. See, when it come to my brothers, I see him doing something wrong, I'm stepping up. I see him putting their hands on a female, I'm clocking it. We don't play them games over here. We real people. You understand that? And you putting your hands on a person, one day you're going to go too far. One day you're going to go too far. And for her, she felt like he was on here airing her out. And she had that clutch in the bag on him. She had that clutch. So she said, you know what? Let me throw this out and say, Udi. Let me just throw it out there. Because he know if he keep talking on me, I got some shit to talk on him about. The problem was his game, baby.
She was, sadly. Shout out to Julie for that super chat. Connie, thanks for always giving information to those who may not know there is help out there. Prayers to everyone who has survived. Prayers to these children. And prayers to anyone who is currently in that situation and may not know there is a way out. And I know it's hard. And it takes a long time, and it takes you wanting to leave and, you know, finally being done with it. And I know that economic crisis and financial and all of that can be a problem. But there is a way to plan and get out. And sadly, a lot of people that have never dealt with it don't realize that the most dangerous time for someone in a DV situation is not while they're in the DV situation. It's when they leave. So that's scary. And so just know that there is help out there, and there is a way to go about it and get services and resources and all of that. And I pray for anybody who's in that situation, because I know, especially if you have children, financial connections, all those things, it becomes even harder. So definitely prayers for that, and prayers for those who didn't make it out, because those of us who have are blessed that we have. You can't catch anyone's live, Kelly Joe. All right, let's finish this, you guys.
See, he talking about you sleeping with this dude and that dude. You talking about him setting somebody up. You talking about he fucked with the wrong family. You talking about him doing the wrong. See, when you went there, he already knew his days was numbered. He knew his time was coming up. He knew that my family was not going to play them games with him, baby. He knew that. He knew that. That's why he kept that secret. But what he should have did is kept that motherfucking secret to itself. Because let me tell you something. The only person can tell on you is yourself when you don't run your motherfucking mouth. See, he thought, I get on here and say whatever I want to say about her. She ain't going to say nothing about me. At least not that. You're playing a deadly game, baby. A deadly game. And I'm sorry to say, I don't feel sorry for his family, not one bit. People ask me, why did you say rest in peace, baby? I meant rest in piss. I don't give up about his family, what they going through, how they feel, period. At 1 o'clock yesterday, we was just trying to make sure he was asleep. Making sure he was really asleep. That's what we was trying to make sure. For real. For real. The only beautiful ceremony was our period. The balloon release. That was the only beautiful thing. But like I said, they both unalived the same day, buried the same day. Different churches, stuff like that. But it's crazy. Same day. God got a funny way of putting stuff in you. Putting intuition in there. Mind you, this girl knew that it was a matter of wait. Before this boy took her from her kids, she could feel it that day. Dropped the baby off at the babysitter. She had already left that day. Why did you come back? Why did you come back? And then playing this game with him, going back and forth until you believe him. Believe him. Somebody tell you they gonna put you under, baby, believe him. Because you ain't got to tell me twice. You ain't got to tell me twice. You ain't got to do it. You tell it to me, baby. I'm strapped up, cocked and ready to go. I got 16 friends that'll let you know. You understand that? The problem is we as people think everything is a joke. It's a game. And in life, motherfuckers will tell you exactly who they is. They will show you who they is.
Amen to that.
Point blank and simple. She knew what this boy did to my cousin. She should have left him alone, because a motherfucker that'll set up his best friend.
His best friend.
Motherfucker that'll set up the nigga that's putting money in his pocket, helping you and your family eat. That same motherfucker do this. See, sometimes you laying next to the enemy and don't even know. And tell you gotta listen to what a female tell you. If you would have, she say, I'll cut your throat. Believe it. Believe it. That's the problem with people. They think everybody joking and playing. Oh, he love me. Oh, she love me. Love will get you the wrong way, baby, and take you from the people that really do love and care about you. Real stuff. Real stuff. His brother, he was a bitch. I said what I said. Because a real brother would have got his brother in check.
Amen to that. Marisol, exactly. His brother. I mean, the second brother, I didn't put him on there because he literally, when he said, I just thought it was a temper. I just thought it was a temper. He went on for another minute and just kept saying, this is real. This is real. He literally repeated that like 12 times. No joke. And it's like, really? Your brother was not the victim. Do not do that. Do not do that. Because just don't. But yeah, I'm wondering because, okay, so if you guys remember, she ain't telling no lies. If you guys remember, she made a post that day, and she said, if I don't change things, I'm going to either go to jail or be gone from my kids, basically unalived. She made that post on Facebook that day, and she went back, in my opinion, maybe, just one theory, maybe she threw the name out there because obviously she thought that she was going to end up in jail or gone from her kids. So maybe somewhere in her mind, she thought if because he was airing her out. He had been on live for a while before she showed up, I believe. Well, no, he'd only been on live for like 10 minutes, but still she probably knew that he was about to air her business out there and tell that she had HSV and all these things. Right. So she knew that. I'm wondering, did she throw the name out because she knew or thought that if I throw this name out, we'll retaliate and get his ass and end my problem for me? I don't know, because everybody keeps saying, why did she go back that day? Why did she go back that day? The kids weren't there, like all these things. Why did she go back? And so that's what makes me wonder. Did she go back just to say it? Was she trying to set his ass up like he set his best friend up? Because that's the story, that he set his best friend up. Basically, I don't know if they were in business together type shit, if you get what I'm saying, because she said he was putting money in his pocket and he set him up, I don't know, to be robbed. And then he got unalived in the process or what. That's what kind of thing I get, because she said set up or maybe just taken out altogether. I don't know. But I'm wondering if she did that. This man had 7 kids, 4 mothers, and he has hit us all. Oh, God, Scott. I thought you were talking about the guy we were talking about. That's so sad. I'm so sorry. Her spirit felt that she was going to be. Yeah, I mean, she did. She made that post. So I just curious. Very good theory. Yeah, I'm just wondering because why she had that secret all this time. But CP, like the sister or like the cousin of Obi said, if she would have played it smart, she would have just let the family know, like secretly, Right, downtime. That's what I was getting to. That's why I said business together. So, but yes, if you need help, there is help out there. I did pin the comment. I'm going to leave that pin so it's on there for the replay chat. I am going to hop off here, but I will see you shortly. I'll say around 11 o'clock because, if I say 10:30, it'll be 11 anyway. So I'll see you guys around 11 o'clock Eastern time for Malarkey. I'm going to go catch up, see how much Love Island I can watch from tonight because it's spicy. But I love you guys and thank you guys so much for joining me for True Crime. We are going to talk about this case that I just saw that just happened. Gloria Zamora, which was a fitness influencer, and her date Hector Garduna, which I don't know if I'm saying that right, were pew-pewed and unalived by Zamora's estranged husband, Thomas Alberto Tamaya Lizarraga, in the parking lot of a sushi restaurant in Fontana, California. The victims, Gloria Zamora, 40, was a fitness influencer and a mother of 7. Hector, her date, was 43, and that evening was her date that evening, and a father of 4 girls. The suspect identified Zamora's estranged husband, Thomas, as the assailant. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Zamora's daughter described the act as unimaginable violence committed by her stepfather, Thomas. An off-duty sheriff's deputy witnessed the shooting and confronted the suspect, fatally pew-pewing him at the scene. They say the motive, the couple was going through a divorce and Zamora had only spoken publicly about the proceedings. So she was a fitness influencer. Let me show you guys real quick before we hop off here. This just happened yesterday, I believe. This just happened yesterday. And so she was an influencer. Sorry, I was just reading you guys like the bullet points of everything. Also, the Diddy trial is did closing arguments. So I'm curious to find out what's going to happen. Real quick. What do you think? Guilty or not guilty? Thank you, Melody. Oh, your husband knew the officer that had to pew-pew him. Saying he killed the officer. Off-duty deputy witnessed the shooting and confronted him, fatally shoot. No, yeah, the officer had to unalive the suspect. I was like, wait a second, did I read it wrong? Of course, freaking ad. I have to silence the ad, you guys. So just give it a second. I didn't know her as an influencer. Obviously, I'm not in the fitness like that. But they said she was a pretty big influencer. Oh, that's such a sad story about Tanner Martin, the influencer that was going through cancer treatment, and they did IVF or whatever, and he passed away weeks after.
Mother and pop killed. So again at 4 o'clock today with that mother and popular fitness influencer killed by her estranged husband. Good afternoon.
Mm. Is there no sound? Can y'all not hear me? Okay, I'm like, what is going on here? Hold on a second. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
The mother of 7, she was a hard-working mother. In fact, she was actually wrapping up a business dinner when they say stepfather opened fire. Then moments later, law enforcement killed him.
I miss my mom so much.
What the hell? What is going on? Of course, you can hear it. I hate the lag. I wish they would take the lag out. I wish there was a freaking option.
Where Tana police say the 40-year-old mother and 43-year-old Hector Garduño were shot and killed as they were leaving a sushi restaurant Summit Avenue. That day, Zamora says their mom had a busy schedule.
None of us got to see her Saturday morning. She was already gone for a business meeting. So she would do a photo shoot and meet her business partners. They were going to open up a gym for women. That's when they had to go have their dinner.
Police shooting caught the attention of several off-duty law enforcement officers in the area who responded. Among them was San Bernardino County Sheriff Deputy. During the confrontation, police say Zamora's husband, Mas Alberto Mayo Lizarraga, killed.
Oh, he said it way better.
That's when my stepdad was very... He's always been that way.
Parents were together for over 15 years, but the marriage grew thin.
Mentally abusive, emotionally abusive.
Zamora had a full-time job as a supervisor at a local medical clinic, but her kids say her passion was being a mom and fitness, being an online influencer with more than 156,000 followers. Now her biggest fans are coping with life without her.
I'm just waiting for her to walk into the door and just come and laughing. Her huge laugh that she had, and it's just so hard.
And the family tells me the couple was finalizing their divorce, but they say they never imagined that their differences would escalate to this degree. Now, the children, who range in age from 8 to 24, they say they are now planning their mother's funeral service. They're also looking for a way to fulfill her biggest dream, which is to open a gym. We're live in Paris, Christian Casas, NBC 4 News.
So there's that story. That's sad. She's got kids. She's got 7 kids ranging from ages, what they say, 8 to 20. So yeah, that just happened. I don't know what's going on. Like, it seems like the influencer, like the whole, like, it seems like so many influencers are getting pewed or unalived. It's insane how many stories there are. But of course, when I'm trying to like show just one little clip right before the end that I didn't plan, it's gonna go awry. Like, figures. But we just roll with it here. All right. Well, I will see you guys back later around 11 p.m. for Malarkey. Thank you guys so much for joining me for True Crime Thursday. And as always, I appreciate the support and the conversation and you guys being able to talk to you guys about these cases that are going on and bounce ideas off of you guys. It's always a great time. So thank you guys so much for being here. Yeah, it's so sad for the kids. And I will see you for a new episode of True Crime Tuesday on Tuesday. So I'll see you there. And if you do follow the Malarkey, I'll see you later.